Yeah, I think the focus is the same as the previous outings. Looking to go out and execute pitches, and we had a really good game plan today going into it. Felt like I was spraying it a little bit in those first couple innings, and then was able to dial in the command.
A lot of fastballs today. What was working for you, would you say?
I think just the ability to change it up, keep them off balance, working in, out, up, down, hard, soft. I think kind of combination of everything.
What did we talked about continuous progression your last start in Pittsburgh, and always been candid about your place in the rotation, how it's not a spot start situation, how it's solidified. How has that helped you evaluate your own progress?
Yeah, I think it's really helped me double down on how I evaluate things and looking at execution and looking at my processes and routines. I've been given a much more stable runway to kind of plan my days and make sure I'm maximizing my time at the field every day instead of kind of just spitballing based off what I find out the schedule might be that day. So in terms of preparation and processes, that's helped me quite a bit.
Second time Pozo caught you. I know you guys kind of figured things out that first. How is he behind the plate?
I love working with Pozo. He's very open to doing whatever I want. He takes his notes, he does his homework, he reads swings, he's paying attention to the game. So he's been a joy to work with so far.
I know you want to beat everybody, but when it's a pretty good Phillies line, is that an added boost when you walk away with those innings?
Yeah, I mean, you take what you can from it. At the end of the day, I'm going out and trying to execute pitches, and that's how I'm trying to judge my outing and not necessarily who I'm facing. So, yeah, it's cool to beat them. That's a really good team to take a series from. I think we played really good baseball all 3 games, and hopefully we can keep this rolling.
With the mix, with the heavy on the slider, how much of that was read and react, and how much of that was sort of what you were looking at going in terms of an aggressive lineup that's going to get after the fastball?
Yeah, I think part of it's knowing what's going to play to certain guys in certain counts in certain situations, knowing how aggressive guys are, and then I'd say 80% of it is reading the game, reading the swings, reading the reactions that you're getting off the previous pitches that you throw, and then making a decision based off that.
Maybe when Rojas tried to block you, couldn't play on for the second and third and get that third out. I mean, how much do you look at that play as kind of being a key part in keeping them where they're at, scoreless, and getting, kind of rolling from there?
Yeah, that's huge. If, I don't make that play, they score, and who knows what that does for the momentum on both sides. So, thanks for a bad bunt and letting me get an out.
Is there awareness down there of getting the last 20 in a row as that game is building, or is that a thing where after you're like, oh, that was 20 guys in a row from the staff?
I didn't even know that was the number, but bullpen came out and did a phenomenal job of just staying on the attack, not letting them have any breathing room, and then for us to end up getting a Wheeler after he was at like 30 pitches in the 4th inning, and then continuing to pour it on when the bullpen came out. That's just we can't ask for more than that.
Thanks,
One of the things you kind of mentioned in Pittsburgh was like, because you gave up 4 runs in the first 2 and worked through that, and talked about kind of like the mental adjustments and staying, contained and kind of going through there and not wanting to be in a spot where you don't have to overcome that. You just kind of roll. Is it today kind of that example of that, or just being in a spot where you're rolling and not overcoming anything from early struggles?
Yeah, I think when you try and judge your outings based on execution and not results, it makes it a lot easier to lock back in and continue. I executed at a high level on both of those first 2 starts that I made, and there were a couple mistakes within there. So today was the same plan to go out and execute pitches and judge the outing based off of that, and that's been working for me so far.